Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of your Scottish podcast with myself, Craig. My trusty co-host, Aaron. Aaron, how are you?
Tired, but very well. So there we go.
Good, good. And just while I bring up my notes for talking about our amazing guest today. Where's my pictures gone?
Up your bum.
Rude, but thanks. So tonight's guest has wrestled for companies such as W3L, UK Wrestling, POWW Wrestling. Close enough.
How?
How? There we go. Thanks. Revolution RCW, many more, including AEW, which we will be talking on because I'm really intrigued about that one. He is. Sorry, I missed one part out of my introduction. Where's my other notes gone? See, this is what happens when you get. This is what happens when you get messages just as you're going live.
Unprepared. That's terrible.
I was prepared. I know my phone's not working now. Right, there we go. He has won championships such as RWA title, FEW tag title, UK TV title, and W3L breakout title, and probably many more. He is the essential, the one, the only, Paul Hubris. Paul, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great, yeah.
And I'm glad to have you on. It's been a long time in the making, but we got there.
Yes.
Right, I've already been told off from my other half. She's literally in the room, in the living room, and I'm in one of the bedrooms, and I've literally been told to get off my phone. So no, because that helps me.
Look at this.
And one of our friends, Craig Gordon, has come in and said good evening. Also, evening to him too. So, some quick random questions for you to start off to break the ice.
Cool. And I will break the ice first and say, just in case, because I'm staying at a friend's right now, and I'm on the third floor, and the Wi-Fi might drop. So if you freeze for like 5 seconds, I don't hear something, just reset it, just so I'm not ignoring you. All right.
No,
Just I'll say if you freeze, but just so you know.
yeah, just let us know and we can
Yeah, cool.
we'll reset it for you.
Cool.
Right, what's your Tesco meal deal?
Man, you know what? I've never in my life purchased a complete meal deal. I have only ever purchased single items from a meal deal. In the sense of I have never gotten a sandwich, a drink, and whatever. I've only ever just got a sandwich or something like that. So I've never actually gotten the meal deal
Fair.
for I mean, probably a different answer. But so honestly, I'm generic. I'm boring. I'll just grab a ham sandwich and move on. Honestly. I'm too busy. I'm too busy.
You are a busy man.
Ham sandwich, we go.
Yeah, you are a busy man.
Yes.
And we know that from all the wrestling you do. And obviously people have their own personal life as well. Right, next question. Where am I going to? Chinese or Indian?
Oh, Chinese.
Good man, good choice.
A million percent, all of it. Yeah.
What's your go-to Chinese?
Honestly, if the thing I crave the most is like I'll get it's just like even like maybe like post show or something. I'll some like beef chow mein, chicken balls as well with some like wonton. Just kind of just cram it all. Um, Very much I like noodle sauce and beef, or I might change and do a chicken chow mein or something like that with. I'm more like I like the main, then I just get a bunch of sides rather than like multiple different dishes. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sorry, did we freeze?
Yeah, a wee bit, yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
Aaron's son always come in and he said Chinese all day. So good man, Ollie.
Yeah.
You're in the good books for that one. What's your favourite WWE saying?
Hmm. Um. Oh God, I haven't frozen. I just actually have to think about this because that's something that's never been asked.
See, I like to put people on the spot sometimes.
See, yeah, because I will not be thinking of one that is actually my favorite. Um, I mean, I'm a massive John Cena mark, so kind of your time is up, my time is now, sort of thing. Just I think I'm just making sure. Actually, no, Carlitos, a spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. There's the best one.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's my top. Solid.
Class. Um, last last one for just now. Who is your
Hmm.
WWE crush?
Listen, I can't answer that. I'll female wise, no, I can't. Fiance might be listening, so I'll say Randy Orton.
Fair.
Listen, he's a handsome man. Don't.
True.
Yeah, so we'll say that.
So you started wrestling. Well, you started training when you were 13. So
Yeah,
how did you get involved in wrestling? What was like the wrestling school you got involved with?
yeah. So, I mean, I was 13, so basically, my mom forced me to go. Um, so obviously, I love wrestling since I was a kid. And so somebody my mom worked with, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go start learning how to wrestle." Um, and my mom was like, "Oh, my son's, will you take my son with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." But obviously, I didn't know about this, so I wake up on I think it was like Saturday or Sunday morning, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you, but you're going with this guy Ross, and you need to go drive through and just start wrestling." I was like, "Oh no, no, no! Like, why did you spring this on me?" It's just like daunting. And then yeah, basically that's how I started. Um, and it was at obviously you're 13, don't know anything. I didn't even know indie wrestling existed at that age. So it was at SSW. I don't know if you've been
I have heard of them.
Scottish Lib. Yeah, yeah. So this was like obviously 13 years ago anyway. So started originally there. New. I didn't realize. I didn't even know that was like an indie company. I didn't know what indie was. I just thought it was just a training school, right? It was like I had no idea. Um, but yeah, basically I was a tag along at the start, um, until actually like um, kind of when you start to obviously I was young, so when you get older, you start to like think for yourself, and then you make your own decisions rather than just tagging
Mhm.
along with people. Oh, this is the norm. So yeah, started there, and then I went to GPWA, the Asylum, um, way back. So and basically from that, then I went across to the States from there. So
Not bad, not bad.
yeah,
I've had a couple of people come in and say hello. So, Chiggy, hello, and Cully, hello. Two new people to coming on to watch. So hello to the guys, and hope you enjoy. Um, guys, people, if you do have questions, ask away. We will ask them to Paul. And he will answer the best he can if he likes to answer. So you'll find out when you ask your questions. Yeah, so you started to obviously start training over here. You then said you moved to America. Um, now I have in what I've got in front of me, and I'm very intrigued to know how did it come about that Dustin Rhodes trained you?
yeah. So obviously it was at GPWA, and then it was about and then so it was at GPWA, and then over that was just before. So I was there for a few years, and then COVID obviously started, and then everything was like shut down, so whatever. And then I was very much in the mindset of, you know what, I'm fed up of the Scottish scene being, that feeling of being stuck here. Like I really need to like almost. prove to myself what I already know, which I wasn't necessarily being allowed to show in Scotland in that sense of training, because it's very, I don't, I'll talk about it, I'll say it how it is. I'm not, I'm not, I don't kiss anybody's ass. I'm not, don't politic or anything. So yeah, no, I wasn't happy with it. I didn't like the way it was going. It's very political. Loads of ass kissing, just not for me, not my scene, right? People want to do it, that's fine. It's not for me.
Mhm.
So I was very much like, no, I'm going to go with. And nobody, I guess it's like, at that point, it was very easy to get put down and like get told like, oh, you're shit, whatever, right? It just happens. Or you're certainly made to feel not great, as in. So I was like, I'm going to go try and prove to myself, basically. So he actually called me. So it was random, like weekend evening. It was like 11 p.m. and he called me and was like, "Hey, I want you out here. Can you like come out for?" It was 3 months, and this was during COVID as well. So I was like, "Well, I'm not staying here stuck in the house. I'm just gonna go." So yeah, like I think it was like 4 months later, flew out there. Had to do a couple of like complicated things because it was during COVID. Like I had to go and isolate in the Dominican Republic, which is like a whole other thing. Eventually got there, and then yeah, for 3 months it was pretty much, yeah, it was 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, training in a non-air conditioned building, just getting absolutely, in my opinion, the best training in the world. Right? There's no, you got one on one with someone like him, and then you have like people coming to like, who again work TV and with AEW and stuff, and it's like, okay, you constantly surrounded by these people, 5 hours a day, just, and there's a small group too. It's not like there's like 40 people in your class. There was like I think 12 of us for 3 months. So yeah, it's the best training you can get in the world. And that's just like again, from there, that's really the confidence to really kind of projectile my career. So
No, that is that's class to hear. And as soon as I seen it, I'd obviously had a wee look at your YouTube and that, and I seen like the wee clips that you've, well, like a clip of it, and then I seen that you've, which we'll touch on, is obviously you went to the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, which is how you
mm,
trained as well. Um, but it's got here a video of you actually going up against Dustin. Um,
yeah, yeah,
but with that, it's someone that Dustin, obviously, I've met Cody Rhodes. I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan.
yeah, yeah.
So I've met Cody Rhodes. Me and Aaron both met Cody Rhodes
Mm-hmm.
2018, 2016 or something.
Something
After
like
he
that,
left
mate.
WWE, he was next gen
Was
champion.
it
All before
okay?
the
Was
next
that
gen champ.
what show was that?
He came to Scottish Wrestling Entertainment in Dundee.
Ah, okay, because I saw him at Discovery
Hmm.
the
I
same
think
year,
he
so it
was
must
in
have been the same
Discovery.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Um,
yeah, okay.
he came to our local company's SWE Scottish Wrestling Entertainment. So he came to that show. We
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
VIP ticket, so we got to meet him. I such so down to earth. Um,
Yeah, he's cool,
like
man. Yeah.
I was there when he returned to WWE. I was at WrestleMania when he returned there. But Dustin's coming to Manchester in
I love
February.
wrestling.
Oh, the
Annoying,
Comic
man.
Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're going to that, and he's on my list for meeting.
yeah,
And I'm looking forward to meeting him. I do like everyone that like you hear say he's so down to earth. Like
yeah.
he's a really nice guy. So it'll be good to meet him, and if he's not too busy, even go over and just get a wee chat with him and stuff like that.
Yeah,
He's
just mention my name. You'll mark out. So
I
it's
will.
fine. Yeah, yeah.
I'll make sure we mention you and see what he says.
Listen, man, he's my number one supporter. I'm telling you.
Good. And it's
Yeah.
good that way when you've got a trainer that supports you like that. Like, I'm not saying that trainers aren't like that, but especially like a big name like Dustin. It's
And I think that's why it makes it, because he is in a position where he doesn't need to tell me what I want to hear, right? It's like, and that's why I think that was an attractive part, because a lot of trainers on the scene now, their business model is make people happy, so they give me £50 a month, right? We don't want them to leave and upset them and go somewhere else. That's one of the big problems with wrestling now. It's we care all about your feelings, and we let the wrong people in, the dangerous people in, the people who it's not really for them in, and that's when you get all these injuries, shit shows, and crappy matches, and it's a bad rep. on the scene. So it sounds something like that, where it's like, okay, you don't need my money, you don't need to kiss my ass because you can't gain anything from it. So what you say, if it's a compliment, it's genuine.
Mhm.
So that's just like, again, that's like, oh, so for sure, it's just any sort of like, because again, these people, they don't have to tell you shit. They can just be like, oh yeah, good, whatever. But it's not. It's always, there's time for it. So
Yeah. No, and that's it's good to hear. We have had a question coming from Craig.
mhm.
Who is your favourite W3L opponent?
Sorry, it froze.
No,
Try
sorry.
again. Yeah.
Craig's asked, who is your favourite W3L opponent?
Um, I'd say Ricky Bryden, Taylor Bryden, Taylor Bryden,
Taylor Bryden.
Taylor Bryden, Taylor Bryden. Oh yeah.
No, that's good. It's good to hear. Not men like obviously a lot of people would probably go say people that are like high flyers stuff like that. Look, Taylor can knows what he's doing in the ring. He does amazing. So
Mhm.
it's good to hear Taylor. Especially that he was in it for a while. He's took a break and his son he's recently within
Yeah.
the last like couple of years come back, which is good to see. Talking about your time in America, obviously you've went to the wrestling school. Is that how uh, like you got involved with the AEW? You were the as we've talked about, you were the first Scottish person on AEW.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so obviously Shane with Dustin and stuff, so this is where it gets kind of like a little bit complicated with visas and whatnot, right? So it's like, yeah, gotta be careful. But so yeah, I was a Shane with Dustin, and then AEW were, this was during the I don't know if you remember, but it was during the Cody Rhodes was basically doing this thing where he was working with like guys on the indies, and he was having this feud with Malachi Black, and he had like Arn Anderson with him as like his coach and all that sort of stuff. So um yeah, so Dustin asked me one day, he's like, well, hey, we've got AEW like stuff, like do you wanna like can you come do it with us? I was like, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Didn't know what it was. Turned up, it was like, oh yeah, you'll be working with Cody, and you'll be like basically with Cody on Dynamite, with Arn Anderson. And it's this whole sort of thing of like he's basically training for Malachi Black or something, right? It was I can't actually fully remember what it was. So they're like, oh yeah, you'll be in there working with Cody on Dynamite. So it was me and him, we were doing this full like segment thing. It's like 5 6 minutes or like segment. So me and Cody were just wrestling about. Arm was on the side, just shouting in. Obviously, it was during like COVID too, so it was all like it was a bit different than obviously like live arenas and whatnot. But yeah, so they're just like turn up. Cody was like super cool. We did a bunch of stuff together. And then after is where, which is the annoying part, because after like, oh yeah, we want you to come out to Orlando and film a few episodes with us. They had like the opponents and that kind of lined up. I was like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Um, but then me just being naive at that point, it's like obviously there's a line of like you can't say it, but obviously it's you can't just work illegally. You know, you have to have the work visa and whatnot. But um, that's all I can say on the subject because um, yeah, that's about it. I want to go to jail. So,
Nah, no problem. At all. We don't want anything to happen. So,
not jail.
uh,
I'm being exaggerating, but it's all
no, we don't want you getting in
embassies,
trouble in any way, kind of thing.
especially. No, I wouldn't. It's just currently with the embassy, I've got a case, and I can't affect the case. So, boom.
Yeah. Um, Cully has come in and asked, who is your favourite all-time rivalry?
As in personally, or just TV wise, watching? Do we know?
I will wait and see if he answers. Um,
I mean, I'll give one just now. He's a story one. If we're talking TV, Cena JBL. You know,
He has come
see,
back and said personally, professionally.
personally, oh for me, mm, I'll always go back because it's still one of my favorite matches. It's this guy called Billy O'Keefe, and he's a wrestler down in Yorkshire area, so Leeds and Sheffield and all area. But that Billy O'Keefe, somebody's and he's definitely still like one. I just the story like behind that, but he's still one. I'm itching for another one with him, and I know he'd just absolutely kill it. No one would compete with us. If that happened again. So yeah, definitely.
Class. Yeah, obviously you've like we alluded, like you do have a YouTube page. So if anyone does want to, please go and follow it. It is Paul Hubris Wrestler. Um, there's matches on there, including matches for Shayna Reed, sorry. Um,
No, Shauna, you were right.
I was right. See?
Yeah, Shauna. Yeah.
Yeah, so please go and watch and go and support his YouTube channel. I know I follow it, so I need to watch more on it, but I need to catch up with a lot of things, so I will get there.
I mean, yeah, there's like 100 matches or something on there. It's like
Yeah.
it does
Um,
okay though. It's one of the big ones. I think we're like at 700,000 views total, which is all right.
That's class. I'm glad to
That's
hear that.
pretty all right. Yeah, that's pretty all right.
Um, yeah, so obviously you've got your feud. Like, who would you say would be your like favorite feud? Like, obviously you went up against a few people in W3L. So who would be
Mhm.
your favorite like feud wise with W3L?
I mean, I'd say to be honest, I'd say the only quote like feud I've had is with Sammy Sparks because we had like I think we were like 4 or 5 matches in a row together. So I'd say if we're talking feud, that's the only like, I would say it's the only one because most other ones is just kind of been like one-offs. Like obviously I wrestled like Drew Marshall as a one-off. Same with like Ricky. That's just another like standard um, regular. So excuse me. Same with like Roger Jones and stuff. That was just like oh you're there. But no, I think Sammy's the kind of only real feud I've had. Nobody else, I guess. Yeah.
Now we have had the editor for the W3L stuff come in, and he said it was 5 matches with Sammy Sparks. Brian Douglas has come into the comments. Um, so he has said 5 matches,
Okay.
which was over the Breakout Championship.
Okay. Yeah. Because there was one before it that he wasn't the champion, and then we had like 3 with it, and then what? Yeah, something like that. So, that's it.
He likes to come in and correct people, so that's what Brian does.
Okay, fair. Well, that's good. We need that. Yeah. I get dropped on my head too much, I forget.
So yeah, going up, obviously, like you have met a lot of wrestlers through being at AEW. So, is there any like stories of some of the wrestlers you've met that you can give us?
Um, just trying to think of anything that's um just think of somebody that you might know as well, because there's people who I'm like, oh, just trying to just I think of stories that aren't personal, like like because you've got locker room stories, you just can't really just oh yeah, this person did this
Mhm.
because it's like like I should probably I'm trying to think. Oh, do you know what? I'll say the so way back, um, you guys remember Kevin Thorne?
Mhm.
Yeah, so we were at this convention, a Square Circle convention in Indiana, and it was me and a few other guys versus the Headbangers and Kevin Thorne in a tag match. So we I was after the show, waiting for the show, whatever. Kevin comes down. I'd maybe met before, so we're just like talking. We actually like hit off pretty well, and I knew there was a title he won in the UK about 15 years ago, and I had just won that same championship like 2 weeks before or something. And I told him, I was like, "Oh, you remember you did this and won this?" He's like, "Oh," he instantly remembered. Started talking about it, and I was like, "Well, I just won that 2 weeks ago." And then he, for some reason, like mocked at it. It was just like, "Oh shit!" And then we were like best mates after that. It was just kind of funny how like we randomly like met for this, like, we have both won the same title. Now we're in a match together 15 years later, in front of 2,000 people at this convention in Indiana. So I was just like, something like that, just kind of like full circle sort of thing. It's kind of funny, but
No, it's class as well. And the marathon team marked out. It was like, holy shit, kind of thing. What title was it? Was because obviously,
it was for UK wrestling down in Leeds. It was just their heavyweight title. So yeah, but he was the first person to ever win it. So it was just like the kind of, because he wouldn't have talked about that or had some or spoken about it with somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like he wouldn't have probably thought about it for 14 years, and it was just kind of like, oh shit. So, but that's probably why he kind of
no,
marked out for it. But
yeah, no, it's class. Brian has also come in and said, FYI, you can catch Paul tomorrow night on the W3L network against the Bulgarian Baker.
why do we have to speak about this?
We're not. I'm just mentioning what he says. I'm
Why why
past that.
do why do why do we have to bring up Nike?
We're
I
not.
thought this was gonna I thought this was gonna be a positive podcast,
It
but no,
is.
now yeah, but why are we
You
bringing
brought up
up
something he didn't want you
PTSD?
to bring up, clearly.
Why are we talking about it? Low points in life.
I know, and I was there as well to witness it in person.
Oh,
You know, you got it's I don't really know there's a phrase for it. It's not. I mean, I don't know. There's a one liner to be said about it, but it's good to be grounded sometimes.
So,
I
I'll
get
say
it.
that. Yeah.
so we were talking about the UK title. Was that the first time you'd won that title and for that company?
That one, yeah, I'd won other ones before, but for that, yeah, that specific one was the first time.
So when you won that, like, did you find out like a, quite a while beforehand you were winning that, or was it on the day? Did you get to have people there to watch you win that title?
I'll be honest, I've never invited people to watch a show. Like I've never like even my family, I think have seen me wrestle once, maybe, and that was like 7 years ago. So like I'm not like one to necessarily like my circle's very small, like on purpose. So it's not really like it's not really like an event in people's lives to like come to these things. So it really doesn't bother me in that sense. So and about knowing about it, is it no? I mean, I think I maybe knew like the night before, maybe the week before. I can't fully remember. This was a couple of years back. Most things with championships too, I don't think I've ever known in advance. I think maybe like the longest I've had is like a week to know that I'm going over for it. So
Fair enough.
I think yeah.
So obviously you've wrestled in America, you've wrestled in England, and you've wrestled in Scotland. Um, you've wrestled for W3L up in Scotland, but you've also wrestled for Fair City Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it come about you getting involved with Fair City Wrestling? And I wasn't there. I can't remember who you went up against, but what was the experience of Fair City Wrestling for you?
Yeah, it was the promoter Kevin Williams. He just dropped me an email. It's like, "Hey, are you available for this date?" I was like, I was like free, so I was like, "Yeah, sure." Um, and it was like close to 30 minutes as well. So yeah, it was me and yeah, great. Like I, I thought they were super nice. Super. They actually did something really nice for me and my partner. So they like flew her. She flew over too. And like I didn't know she was on the show. and they basically surprised me because I hadn't seen her in months because we do well. She lives in this months, and they let me know that she was Moxie Malone's open challenge. So it was all surprised it wasn't booked or anything. So I just turned up. And she was already at the venue, so it was a really nice and they did it all for us and stuff, and they didn't need to do that at all. Like I never met these, any. Well, I think I met maybe one or two before. I think me and Kevin worked about 9 years ago as well. But that's the first time I think I met him the only time we worked for a short time. But yeah, so we didn't have to do that. So super again, absolutely good bunch of guys, all round. Really welcoming locker room. Their show setup's really cool as well. It's one of those things that doesn't matter what venue it's in, and W3L do this really well, really good as well. They make, no matter what the venue is, they make the show look like a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important. And you actually, as a fan especially, you feel like you're at a show when you walk in rather than just an empty scout hall with a couple of chairs in the ring, right, and a little shitty taped on curtain.
Mm-hmm.
They both put effort in to make it a really solid presented product. So that's another reason why I said yes to it, because it's like, oh well, the promoter clearly cares, so I'll clearly care to somewhere you want to be when a promoter actually gives a shit about the product. So yeah, and then me and Ian went. Ian's super cool as well. Me and him vibed really well. As I said, went about I think just shy of 30 minutes to. And that was I believe that was one of his first matches, if not his first match back after he'd been away for a while. I don't know if he was injured or something. I can't remember. So yeah, there was that too. But yeah, no, it was somewhere I would definitely go back as well.
No, that's class. And to be fair, see if I looked at your videos, it's in your YouTube. I
It
literally
is,
just
but
scrolled up a little bit.
it says yeah, it comes.
Yeah, it's more like a video package. But
Yeah, I
still
just
there.
do a little I normally, because it's with their content, I would never do the full matches unless it was approved. So it would just be like 3 minute highlights of and it's what most promoters do as well. Most of them are just people skim and just want to watch 2 minutes of something just to be like, oh, he's not doesn't look like shit. He doesn't he's not botching. He's not whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, cool. It's
Mhm.
same with a job CV. They only look at they just briefly go through it and go, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mainly a reason that, and actually I like editing stuff and making highlight reels and whatnot. I've always liked that wrestling with music in the background.
Yeah.
And I just think it goes really well kind of deal the skeleton stuff from back
Mm-hmm.
in the day, moving graphics with rock in the back, stuff like that. So it's more for me, to be honest. But
No, that's
yeah.
class. Claire has come in and said that video was amazing. Amazing to see. Loved seeing Shauna too. Shauna and getting the chance to have a picture with her. So
Okay, cool. Yeah.
it was good. I've seen Shauna once, which was the first time I seen you, which was W3L at the ice rink this year.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obviously we had spoke over Instagram before that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But that was the first time I was able to meet you and see you in person. Um, with that as well, you mentioned that you went up against Drew Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like when going up against Drew Marshall? Like Drew Marshall is someone that I can class a friend to me. I speak to most weeks. Um, and I see him when I go to shows and we always have a catch up. What was it like with that match for you, Drew?
Yeah. And me and Drew. I mean, me and Drew have been known each other for over a decade, easily, because he was also at SSW when I when I was young and I was there. So I'd seen Drew since I was maybe 14 years old. Um, and obviously we never worked or anything like that. And I think since from that point, this is the first time I think I hadn't seen Drew in at least 8 years before we actually worked. And yeah, and I mean, I think we put on a decent, solid 50-minute match. Gelled well together. I believe anyway that we had good chemistry and stuff in there. It was super easy. And Drew's another one. Drew's been about for ages. So Drew knows how to work. Drew knows how to work crowd. He knows how to structure. So if you're wrestling Drew, it's like there's nothing to worry about because you're in there with somebody who gets it in every aspect. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm not having to worry, and reliable too. It's like because he knows what he's doing. Again, he was trained properly too. I know he's had decent mentors and stuff throughout his career. So, and Drew's not got an ignorant mind for the business. So, and I like that because it's like same with me. It's like we're not going to go do it in there and do something which doesn't make sense or it's just to mark out for ourselves and do it because we want to.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about Drew as well. It's always thought about rather than just it's always, and this is what I always like preach to is like when you're planning a match, it's not we'll do this, 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 is this. It's like okay, first of all, what's the story and what can we do to tell that story rather than so yeah, Drew's a proper worker. So not an ignorant proper worker who I don't think there's I think Drew's one of those people that is like pretty much got it all, to be honest, for
Yeah.
A wrestler. Like there's nothing, in my opinion, which is like lacking. So
No, that's class. Aaron, do you have any questions you want to jump in with?
yeah, come on,
You're
Aaron.
finished? Well, I've been muted for quite a bit because there's just too much going on in this bloody house, so I can't really. But yes, so your finishing move, how did that name come about and how did you incorporate making it? And your two questions, because I'm just going to do both at once, it
Yeah,
makes
for
it
sure.
easier. Your Jesus, sorry, your nickname, how did that come about as well?
So I'll start with a nickname, because that came first technically. So um, is when it was so during obviously remember during COVID they had the whole thing. It's like you could only go to work if you were a essential worker,
Yes.
right? And the whole point of that is like with tying in with the gimmick of the hubris philosophy. Without people like me around, it will. I promise you, it will die because it's going to be filled with a bunch of ignorance and a bunch of people who aren't doing it for the fans. They're doing it for themselves because they want a cool reel for Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much. It is truly like and this is what like when you're creating your character and whatnot, it's really important to have. I believe anyway some of your own personal like beliefs in there because you can really like actually get behind it and people will actually believe it in that sense because I'm not one of those people that can go in and be someone polar opposite to who I am. It would be too obvious because they clearly see that. Like that's why you rarely ever see me walk about as a baby face because it's like I'm clearly putting on this act that I love people and I love everybody and this is amazing and like it's just not me. I don't like massive crowds. I don't like events. I don't like concerts. It's just not me. I wouldn't go to a festival, for example. Um, so that's the whole the essential thing came in. It's like I need to be here. I'm the one that should be on this, to make sure that there's at least something watchable. So like it plays into the egotistical art sort of thing. And the move. So this was obviously this move was never used anywhere in the world. Nobody was using this, and I studied and studied and studied and studied. And I went to a bunch of indies from all over the world, the top guys, all this sort of stuff. Nobody was doing this. And what it was a double underhook, pop them up onto your thighs, shoot them off midair, twist. And then, funny story, I showed Dustin this because he's like, "Oh, what like just show me your package." So I showed Dustin it. He'd never seen that move in his 30 years, so he saw it. He popped for it. Next week, he tried to steal it and use it on TV on a Dynamite taping, but he fucking botched it. And then he fucking botched my move on TV. He hit it, and he came up to me like a few days later, and he's like, "By the way, if you watch this week's Dynamite, I'm sorry. I tried to steal your shit. I botched it. I'll never do it again. It's yours. I don't know how to fucking do it." So I was like, "You bastard!" Oh, he fucking stank with it, bro. Botched the shit out of it. I was like, "Fucker." So yeah, and then that happened, and then the name for it actually. Have you ever heard or played the game Destiny 2?
Yes, that's where I was coming in next because I still currently play it, and I'm thinking,
Oh yeah,
is it
yeah,
because of
yeah.
the gun,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
risk runner? And I'm
I like the
thinking,
risk runner, yeah. And it was like
yeah,
the meta. It was like the meta at the time for this
it
like
was,
Warlock arc
yes,
build. So I was like, and
yes.
I was using it, and I was like, you know what, that's actually a cool name.
Because like when Craig
Um,
sent me this stuff, and I'm thinking,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
got to be a Destiny
yeah,
move somewhere. And I
yeah.
thought,
I had
I'm
a,
glad that
I
I was
had,
thinking in my head.
I have a submission too that again nobody uses. I really pull it out because it's hard to get up, so it's normally for a finish. So if the finish of the match is in submission, I don't normally do it. But it's called the controverse hold.
Another Destiny thing, yep.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
is that
The
not
Warlock gauntlets. It's the Warlock gauntlets.
Warlock
The Void
Gauntlets? Check.
Walker. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I was obsessed with the game. I've got like 1,700 hours on it. I don't play it anymore though
I
because
was
they
just waiting to ask.
destroyed
You're
it.
probably not, mate. You're probably not like. So I know we're talking about
Nah, they
wrestling,
ruined
Craig,
it.
right, and stuff, but from what they've done to the way it was and the way it is now,
It was phenomenal. Like see
it
during
was, mate.
Witch
It's
Queen.
like,
Oh my god, that was Witch Queen was one of the best gaming experiences I've
yes,
had in my life. And
yeah.
then and they just fucking ruined it.
How
And
they've like
I'm so upset.
recycled everything and put
It's
different
screw up.
things away and
Nah,
bringing
and then
shit back
they've
and
got
stuff.
the numbers are all changed. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
you
and
know
like
what?
so obviously then we'll get back to wrestling, but the shit because obviously just did the new patch like weeks
Yeah.
back. So when you started back in into this new patch, which I can't remember what it's called right now because I haven't been playing it, but anyway, because that was what I was playing before we actually came live.
Mm-hmm.
Basically they put you know how like when you get a new season, they put you back down to a right
Yeah,
middle
yeah, yeah,
start. And you start at whatever level, like level
yeah. And
zero,
you have to
you
reach the
get
power cap. Yeah,
and then get it. So they changed that, and then what they're meant to be doing in December is when the next DLC comes. So if see you hit the power cap, which is going, it's
mm-hmm.
550. That's what it currently
Yeah,
is. When the new DLC or what the update thing they're calling it now, when that comes in December, they were meant to be putting you back down to 200, but because they've noticed there's been so many fucking glitches and changes like there is with the
right.
game, they've decided no, you could just stay at that high cap and you'll maybe get capped 10 more. But
Right.
mate, it's not like it was. That's all I'll say on it.
No,
And then Craig
I
will carry
still
on about wrestling.
yeah.
Honestly, it's not. I still
I
play it.
played the I really liked I think the most recent campaign, the final shape, was it? Yeah, I really liked that. That was difficult. Um yeah, with the witness and stuff, but that was the last time I played that campaign, played it after, then it just got stale and then I saw the new stuff. I was like, no. And then I got too busy with life, so I don't actually really play games anymore. But
I think you're muted.
you muted? Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
Unless you've got a team of mates you're trying to play with,
Yeah,
right? It's great, right? But see if you're on your own, the way they're doing it now is that they're focusing mainly on solo stuff and
oh,
doing the same thing daily because obviously
tedious.
it
Yeah.
reset. It's monotonous. It's like the other night when we were on, I was only on for an hour because I got that bored. That's how bad the game's got.
Nah, I got
Right, anyway,
Battlefield
sorry,
6.
Craig. Back to
Yeah,
wrestling,
anyway,
mate.
yeah.
That's all right, Aaron. I've never seen you so much in your element there.
Mate, well, see, like
Listen,
as I said,
finding Destiny 2 players is hard. You don't
Yeah,
but mate,
yeah,
I played it for a bit. I did play
you
it for a
did.
yeah,
bit.
I know you
people,
did, mate.
yeah,
But it's like it was even when you see, like as I said, when you sent it, I'm thinking, nah, there's no way that's got to be
no,
the
it's yeah, yeah,
same thing
it's
in
yeah,
my
yeah,
head. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought, fair enough. So you
yeah.
answered 3 questions without me
There you
answering
go.
the other ones.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Claire has come in and asked Paul, what was it like wrestling Shauna, and was she your fiance at the time or not?
No, so we yeah, the first singles match we had, this is like coming up 3 years ago now. We had like yeah, we weren't official or anything. I was just over there on a tour. We were riding together, doing shows together, and the promotion just booked it, and that was yeah, pretty much it. So this was before, so it wasn't like wrestling girl at this point. It was just wrestling. I mean, more than a friend, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, she's great, and I always put her over. Not just because she's my fiance, I'll always put her over. She's another one, just gets the business, isn't ignorant, and actually cares about it. So, in women's wrestling too, suffering for that because it's not we're not getting a lot of it's not. We're not getting female wrestlers anymore. We're getting a lot of, mainly in America too. We're getting a lot of actresses and models and volleyball, players and stuff wanting to try it, and then there's companies who just basically train them, and then they're not actually really going for it. They just know money can be made, so we're going to transition over. Whereas her, it was never about the money. It was never doing, I love this, I want to do it properly. So
Nice.
something to
And it's class as well. And just, obviously, we're speaking about yourself, but just on about Sean as well. The like the matches that she's had is incredible. Like the company she's been involved in, OVW, she's even been involved in AEW as well. So
Yeah, she's had quite a few of them. Yeah, she wrestled Jade Cargill in her hometown on, I think it was actually. Actually, I don't want to say it was on Dynamite. I don't know if it was the pre-tape or if it was. It's basically, it was live.
the Cargill
Whatever
one
what
was
it was.
Evolution.
Which is okay. Yeah, yeah. So
Elevation, sorry.
right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's done some good. She's worked at TNA as well. Impact a few years ago. And yeah, she's been on. I think she's done like 40 tapings with WWE as well.
Nice.
So she's she's done a lot. And that's how I think. Was it? No, we weren't. I was thinking because we've done OVW together a few times. But I'm just trying to think if that was, we went to OVW before. We were like together as well. But I just can't remember if it was before we actually worked or whatnot. So
No, it's class, and it's good to see like OVW is good as well because obviously they've got the connection with, like, they had the connection with WWE and stuff like that. So and even now with it being Al Snow, it's good
yeah,
to see that.
that was and that's in a lot of companies I work now because they know I've worked proper TV, right? So there'll be a lot of companies who like W3L2, they're doing TV, but nobody's trained in TV. Nobody in Scotland has worked TV properly, actually. Like doing a YouTube show is not TV, like in that sense. But and that's why I like what Mike's doing at W3L. It's like it's proper, it's for progress. It's like a proper like TV, format, structure. It's times, it's hard, and that's my element, right? It's like that's why I like it, and there's thought put into it. So a lot of promoters will tell me too, because I actually worked, like I've had like Al Snow, like Doug Basham as my agents, right? So it's like there's not really many people who can say that, and like when I debuted for OVW as well, so I turned up and they're like, "Oh, can you work tonight?" I was like, "Of course," and they had me debut to open their pay-per-view. So that's like, oh shit, because normally you just do a couple of dark matches, whatever they threw you out, but they just threw me right into, oh yeah, no, we just want you to open the pay-per-view. I was like, oh fuck, right. So and that's cool, man. Like you see the Davis Arena, you see where like John Cena, Batista started, and Lesnar started, and you're in the same building, the same ring, the same set. You're like, okay, this is what I want. And the last time I worked there, like JBL was on comms, and I was in there with Dude Love, like obviously Mick Foley. He was in front of me in the Rumble spot and stuff like, so that's cool. Like it's like, okay, it doesn't have to be anything. This is enough for it to be like ticking off bucket list sort of like moments. So
No, it's class. It's so good to hear. Like we do that, and if we do interviews every week, and I love hearing people's stories because they're always different. It's always like someone's either like you get some of the like local guys that'll go up against a big name, and it's something that they'll remember forever. And then like you've came on and you've been at AEW, you've been at OVW, like you've just like, it's something that you that's more natural to you being around these big names to what
yeah.
maybe like a local talent here would be like.
Mhm.
So it's good to hear. And going back with W3L, obviously your run with Sammy Sparks, what was it like? Like obviously you enjoy working for Mike, you enjoy coming to W3L. So what was it like when Mike let you know that you were going to win the breakout title?
Again, I found out on the night as well. I mean, with everything, I don't go ever walk into a show with any expectations. I'm one that I will never, ever, 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 ever complain about being put under or whatever. It's not. I will happily come down and lay down for anybody. I have no ego in the sense of like I should be winning this. I don't care. I just like to go out and perform and have a solid, put solid stuff out there.
Mhm.
So yeah, that day as well turned up. It was for the title. I assumed obviously Sammy was going over because he just won it. I was his first defense. So I was like, oh yeah, we've had a decent match before, so I get you bring me in to make him look like a solid champion, right? But he's like, oh no, you're going over. We're doing this like feud up till resolution. And I was like, oh okay, cool. And again, that was just another thing. I was like, oh well, cool. Did the finish the way he wanted. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I said, same with Sammy. It's like I enjoy having like the kind of future set of like this is the story I want for the next 3 months, And it's like we can think of ideas and do the best we can with that and make it a solid, compelling story. So when we have our payoff match at the end, people lose their minds, and they did when Sammy beat me resolution. It was we built up to that point. It was like, oh, cool. And each match before it had the story of like Sammy overcoming me and whatnot, and my style having to change. And so when we were at that resolution show, that's when it was finally like 50-50, let's go. And then he obviously uh, story the finish for got over because it's like, oh, it's finally got that fire back in it, sort of thing. So yeah, I like stuff like that. So I always kind of I'm happy to always hear that there's plans for things rather than just let's just wing it and oh, you're winning this week or you're winning this. That's why again I like Mike because it's like you're winning this because of this in 5 weeks. Like to me that's how it should always be done. Then just because then otherwise we're just going in the ring for no reason. Why would these people come back? And that's why Mike's got a following of people will go to all of his shows and they care and they watch it. They want to be updated with it because there's actually storylines that mean that set up things that they want to be informed about because they're going to this show in 3 weeks and they want to know what's going on to get here. So it's the way it should be. That's when you have fans who actually care, and that's when they turn to shows and your matches actually get reactions. So yeah,
That's class. And like, Mike is someone that we see most months, sorry, with our local companies also part of that. Um, he's actually got a match this Saturday up against old school cool James Blair.
oh yeah, I've worked James, yeah.
Loser leaves town match.
Okay.
So me and my partner, we're both going to that show on Saturday. So um, James Blair is someone that me and my partner I've gotten like very good friends with him and Ruby.
Yeah.
I've gotten very good friends with them, so um, it's good. Like you've just said, obviously you've worked James Blair. What was it like working James Blair for yourself?
Oh, I love James, man. He's cool. I love his gimmicks funny, man, like the territories and stuff. As I think it's jokes. So yeah, me and him instantly, like just hit it off and got on. So just like, oh, cool. And again, being in the ring with somebody you get on with is always nice. There's no stress. You're like, oh, cool. And I'm one of these people. I don't care. It doesn't have to be perfect. If something fucks up, it's chill, man. I don't care. We just work around it. Like shit happens. So, no, he's cool. We've gone on since every time we see each other, we speak a lot and joke about it and stuff. So, yeah, no.
Nah, it's class. Um, is there anyone in W3L that you've not worked that you want to really work with?
I'm trying to think realistically, baby faces. Um, just obviously like actually that could happen. I think I've pretty much worked all the baby faces. I might be wrong. I don't know if you would know who I've not worked babyface wise, because I think I'm pretty much done work. L and D, Taylor. It's very WCL is very heel heavy, actually.
You've worked Mark Monroe, Logan Smith.
Wow. Oh no, I'm not worked Mark. No. No, I think I've only met Mark twice. I think Friday was the last only the second time I ever met him actually. Is he like W3L roster? Like is he on
I think
or
he's
what
been in quite a few now.
coming
His
in?
main company's PBW.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Same with like
Um,
Logan.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm always down to work anybody. I need to like obviously proper watch stuff, and I'm always down.
Yeah.
If they're not ignorant, then yeah, I'm down to work anybody.
Um,
Yeah.
to be
Um,
fair, I turned into Mark on Friday after the show and said, I
mm.
prefer you as a heel. Like, I could not take him as a babyface.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like,
is it normally okay?
he's
Okay, yeah.
every time I
You
see him,
know,
he's normally a heel.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to tag with Hugo. I think me and
That
Hugo
I
as a
could
tag
get
team
behind.
would get
I could get, yeah, totally.
I think me and Hugo as a team would get some of the best heat going. I reckon we'd have people want to fight us outside after, but I don't know if it's too much. But I reckon me and Hugo's a, and there's no the Murphy element can't happen because your big kind of heel faction right now is the commune, so it takes
Mm.
up again. Fair enough. So there's no room for it right now, but I think in the future, if stories go different ways, I think me and Hugo as a tag team would be some top some top content uh, on the scene. So that's something that I think would be good overall for the product. I think it would certainly put the right baby faces over. I mean, same with Hugo as well. I know he's not one of those guys. He will lay down for anybody as well. It's not like we are teams we must win all the time. It's none of that. So I think that's why it would work.
Mhm.
Personally, but
Um,
when as I said, anybody like again, it's there's nobody that is on my I will never work list. So, well, not anymore. Um, but we're not getting into that. But yeah,
yeah. No.
yeah.
Yeah. Mark Monroe is also someone I class as a friend now from going to shows
Okay, yeah,
seeing
yeah,
him and
yeah.
um,
Mark's cool. Yeah, I've
yeah.
only met him twice. He's cool.
Yeah. To be fair, like I've not had any issue with like an independent wrestler.
Hmm.
Everyone that I've spoke to, that I've got like a big list of people agreed to do the podcast, and so everyone I've spoke to about it, I've said yeah. I think I've had one or two that have maybe said no, but it's due to personal stuff. Um,
Yeah, well, some people don't like it. Some people can't do it necessarily. They're not
yeah.
like it's not a. I would never take it personally.
No,
Some people
I
just don't
don't.
like doing it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah, no, I know you
I
would. Yeah,
I do it more to help get like if it's especially for newer wrestlers, I'll help get their name out there.
it's
Um,
also they need to look at it too as like a confidence boost. Like especially if they're newer, it's like just going out there and just talking openly with people you may not know well
Mhm.
personally, that goes out publicly. It just gets you used to actually speaking. That's why I've never had a problem with public speaking or meeting new people or whatever. It's very just, you get numb to it eventually because if you do it so many times,
Mhm.
you don't get, nervous for it. Well, some people still do, but I think overall it just helps just actually just getting any sort of content of yourself out there that is you speaking in a
Mhm.
well mannered like way and properly. Well, like so yeah, I would always just um, especially when you're guys just say yes to stuff like this because it's like there's no harm in it at all. It's gonna lead to you good, and you can get like little clips and stuff of I don't know some. It's just I think any just content that you could possibly even if you sit filming for 2 hours and you find 3 seconds of it which you can use for some sort of content for your profile, just take it
Yeah.
because it's harder to just do it yourself. You're going to sit and talk to your camera on your own about your career. No, it's like come on. So
Mhm.
yeah, sure.
No, I get that. You recently were in South Korea
Yes,
as well. How did that come about going to South Korea and wrestling for PWSK?
yeah. It's Pro Wrestling South Korea is the oh sorry no it's Pro Wrestling Society South Korea is the full thing. Um, yeah, that's probably my favorite thing I've ever done in wrestling. That's just my dream's always been like like Asia, Japan, or Korea, like that sort of like wrestling style and feel.
Mhm.
And yeah, so like we were talking for a couple of months, like we tried to make things happen, they just didn't really line up. But this one was like, yeah, we can, we're there now. So yeah, just flew out and did it. My first ever time in Asia, so the cultural switch is nuts. Um, it's just I love it. I love the people that there and the culture too, and just how like to me is like how society should be
Mhm.
ran. It's just everyone's super respectful. Everyone's clean, polite, food's amazing, um, all that sort of stuff. But no, and those guys too, and well, the PWS, they're great. They're the most welcoming bunch of people. Even like my opponent too, like didn't speak a word of English. I didn't speak enough Korean for him to understand. So we just made the match just basically by like just going through the motions almost. It wasn't like, oh, I'll do this, and it was just very like, let's just just speak with our hands and move about. So that sort of thing is cool. But and again, it's the biggest company in Korea too, and obviously to debut on it against their biggest baby face, so it's just the places. It's one of the loudest crowds I've ever been in front of. They just love it over there. They love it, and them too. Like even after the show, we did it. The meet and greet was 2 hours long because every single fan wants to come up and say hi to you and get your autograph and get a picture and just like say thanks and all. Like they're very very like respectful, and they care about it and they understand it. They just love it. So that was another thing. It's just like that, kind of another eye-opening thing. So I've kind of I fell in love with it. So yeah.
No, that's class, and hopefully you'll be back there very soon as well.
Yeah, we've been in talks for next year and stuff. There's a couple big ones. So um nothing official, but it's gonna happen. Um and that's kind of how like because obviously actually I'll end it there just because you're gonna ask something else.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You've obviously put out on your social media that you're going to Japan.
Yeah.
For basically the whole of December. Um, Claire has come in. She's mentioned about you're going to be spending nearly all of December in Japan. How did that come about? So that was also on my agenda. So I'll give it to Claire this one. But how did you get Japan come about?
Yeah, so I think just as well, obviously doing Korea and stuff. They were just again interested. They're like, yeah, we'd love to have you out. And obviously Japan's been my dream since I was about 14 years old. So it was like, and almost, I'll be honest, like with Japan, I almost wrote it off as like oh, it's probably not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the way Japan is, like, it's not like you don't just get to rock up. It's like, it's not like that. You have to be like very much accepted and almost like looked at proper before like, oh, yeah, we'll get you out. So yeah, they contact me, and I was like just trying to get everything figured out. Like they said like November is up to, but I was like, no, we'll do December. Um, so yeah, I was like, okay, we'll do December. They want me for this amount of time, so I was like, well, I'm not going to say no. This is a once in a lifetime thing that's came up, so like, yeah. So yeah, and actually, it's been my first match in Japan has been officially announced, and it is myself and Tajiri in a tag team against Kodai Nozaki and Jetweed. So that's a banger. Um, that's like I'm like, oh shit, that's what I'm talking about, So
Mm-hmm. And even
I land there. Yeah, sorry.
no, I you go. Sorry.
Yeah, no, literally I land and I land and then there's one day then it's happening. So it's very like off the plane. Here we go. But obviously it's training every day too. Like it's full time, like in the dojo, training all over the day, just proper grinding. Which is I like being in the trenches almost. I like, it sounds bad, but I like the feeling of like suffering, like going through like the hardest training. I think that's why like I like Dustin so much because it is like the best and the hardest training in the world. It's brutal. I think that's why like, I need something like that again. So going here for a month and just living it is very much again it's a bucket list thing, but it's also like it's um it's a want as well. It's like the lifestyle sort of thing. So
No, it's classy and like having Tajiri in your foot with you in the first match. Like we've met Tajiri, well, we've met him twice, um, and he's such an like, amazing guy, um, someone that you've watched like since you were like little, like
yeah, of
WWE and
course.
stuff like that. So having him, even to tag with him, like you're
Mm-hmm.
just going up against him, you're actually tagging with him. It's like something that's really class to have. Um, is it just you that's going? Is Shauna getting to join you, or is it just yourself?
And no, it's just me. So yeah.
Nah, it's good. Like I know, like obviously Shauna does a lot in America as well. Anyway, uh, but you never know. One day you might be able to do Japan together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, obviously, like, her job as well, like, she's a nurse, so, like, you can't just take, in America, they don't give you any time off, for example. Like, you get 1 week off a year. So, it's just logistically, it's not, I guess, possible, unless you were just to give up your house and car and job and, like,
Yeah.
I'm just in that lucky position. I've got my own thing where I can work remotely anywhere in the world. It's like I just do my own, started my own thing. Got the privilege of, well, I worked my ass off for it, but I got the privilege to do it,
Yeah.
to be able to do these things. So, obviously, most people aren't in that sort of position. So I'm just looking for that I can be able to do it. So,
No, that's class. What we'll do is we'll go to some more quick questions,
mm,
to for closing tonight, and then before we will go, we'll let you say the last words of where people can find you on social
yeah,
media
of course.
and also like matches you've got coming up. So back to my very random questions. Um, if you can pick one person to from the past to wrestle, who would it be and why?
It's from the past, somebody who's dead.
Like retired or passed away.
All right, okay, so not active, stroke dead. Um, Eddie Guerrero, a million
See that?
percent,
I can see
a
that.
million percent, a million
Yeah.
percent.
Yeah. Um, do, 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 Who would be, obviously, I know you don't have a list of people that you wouldn't work with, but if out of all the independent scene in like
Hmm.
UK, America, and stuff like that, who would be one person that you really want to wrestle?
I want to. There's a guy, he's signed with AEW currently. His name is Anthony Henry. Go look up Anthony Henry matches on YouTube. He is phenomenal. And I take a lot of inspiration from him actually. Me and him, we've been like we've talked online for a couple of years. Done a few bits of business together. So like, um, yeah, I think he's phenomenal. Like, he is signed. He's in a tag team with JD Drake.
Hmm.
Don't know if you, yeah. So it's him. They're called the Workhorsemen, I
Hmm.
believe,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
their tag team name. So yeah, Anthony Henry, and he's one which is annoying. Like, he's signed, but he's not been able to show what he can actually do. He's not like, if you go and watch some of his like 20-minute matches like on the indies, it's phenomenal. And me and him would absolutely kick the shit out of each other, and kill it. So he's probably my like, um, if I had to choose one person right now, it would be him.
Yeah.
Nice.
What would be your four heads on a Mount Rushmore of superstars?
Cena being one. Um, Cena. I'm purposely trying to stay away from the generic Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Hogan on purpose. I just like, um Cena. I'd honestly, I would say Seth Rollins for modern era for sure. I'll go Ruthless Aggression, Cena, modern era, Seth Rollins. Um, The Rock. I'll say that. I think The Rock for OG attitude, and hmm, we'll get a women in there. We'll go. I see Lita.
Yeah.
We'll make it different. When have you ever seen somebody add a female wrestler to Mount Rushmore?
Never.
Play.
Never. Um,
Well, It's Bros, sorry. I hit the
No,
one liner.
we basically just said never to you saying about
Yeah, that's
women.
true.
I know. I genuinely thought you might have put Dustin in there. To be fair, with
Nah,
training and that.
nah. Come on. With those knees. Come on. Gold dust.
Yeah.
Gold dust. Come on. Not
um,
revolutionary about that.
Aaron, do you have any questions?
No, mate. I asked mine, and he answered the extra one himself, so it's fine.
He just wants to talk about Destiny 2 all
I
night.
don't, mate. I really
That's
don't.
what
I
So
could bore you to death with it, honestly. I really
let's
could.
talk
I know
about
you could.
Vault of Glass raid for the next 3 hours. And why the Vault of Glass raid was revolutionary for the gaming industry. Well,
Oh, mate, don't. I love that raid so much.
Why just
They've
leave you
changed.
on this call and just
No,
go?
you're okay, mate. You're fine. They've changed it so much, and uh,
I know.
RNG is still the fucking same though in the game. If you
Of course it
do
is. You know,
this,
for an entire year I was trying to get Fatebringer to drop Destiny 1.
yes,
And I'm like, are you kidding? And then they just make it they remove it from expanded escape. We're not even talking. I'm just my blood pressure's gonna go up. We can't.
yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that. There you go, Craig. Sorry.
I've got one more question for you.
Oh,
Mhm.
no.
So, what are 3 things you are grateful for right now in life?
I'll say mm, I'm gonna try not to say multiple things in the first answer. I actually try and make it 3 bullet points, not difficult. First one, also, but I mean it's true. My health, because I have no issues. Um, and we just lost. I don't know if you saw, but Bobby Horn, Sir Mo. He gave me a massive opportunity out in Dallas, booked me, put me in his main event on my debut against his boy, trusted me, gave us 30 minutes. One of the nicest, most selfless guys I've ever met in the business. He was struggling for years and years with his health. He was in pain for God, 2 long years. Um, so it's just stuff like that, makes you think. It's like, I'm healthy, I have no problems. So at that point, you've got your health. There's only so much you can worry about after that. So it's one thing. Obviously, partner, fiance, super for her, and just in general, like just to kind of like getting to this point of like being able to live the life you kind of dream of when you're 12. Not many people get to like say, oh, I get to do this, and most people never get to. And I think I'm just proud I've done it in a way where it's like I've never been fake, I've never screwed anybody over, never bitched about anybody, I've never kissed ass, never done it fake. Not no game has ever been played, and obviously I knew it was going to take me longer, but we're kind of getting to that point now, and it's like, okay, I can proudly say I've done this 100% of the time, being myself and never screwing anybody over or being an ass or whatever. So I think that too is just a great feel like it eventually things do pay off. You don't have to be an asshole to get what you want. There's the quote of the night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on, Paul.
Of
Thank you so
course.
much. Let people know where they can find you on social media and if what matches you have coming up that you know of that you can announce.
Yeah, so everything socially, just type in Paul Hubris. I'm the only one that comes up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever. No one else has a name, so it's just me. So you'll find me. And I currently next week, Friday, I am debuting for Slam Wrestling in Finland. So they're a really good company. Bunch of really good workers on there. So that was another kind of bucket list company I've always had my eyes on. So flying out to Finland next weekend, wrestling for Slam, that'll be mega. And then honestly, I've purposely taken November off just to prep for Japan. Just gym, just recover, like make sure I'm not injured or anything before it, because that'd just be heartbreaking. And I've got issues with my left shoulder, like I have a permanent tear in it, so that'll be there for the rest of my life. So it's just basically about not having that all inflamed and whatnot, just doing it before I go. So yeah, I purposely took November off, so I could go and actually, not go. I'm trying my best to go at 100%.
Yeah. No, and it's
Nice.
good to. Not many people would take a month off to prep for something, especially. So, just before we obviously go, good luck with Japan. Good luck with Finland.
Yes.
Good luck going forward. It's something that I will keep an eye out. And you never know, maybe for the dim line, we'll get you back on to talk about more stuff you've done.
Anytime, yeah. And like I said,
Um,
I know we'll be in more like you. I'll be W3L starting next year. There's already been sort of, it's probably gonna happen. So see you there and stuff. So
yeah, I'll see you at shows. Hopefully, Aaron will see you at shows very soon as well. But no, it's been an absolute pleasure for having you on. So thank you once again for coming on
of course.
and giving us your time tonight. Thank you, Aaron, as always, for being my trusty co-host.
Thanks,
Oh,
Aaron.
no problem, man.
Aaron, you are back on Sunday.
Yeah, myself and John are back to talk about all things WWE.
Yes, and then you get myself and you back on Tuesday. And like always, I love getting all my guests on. This is someone that I've been wanting to get on for a very long time. And we are finally getting him on. So it will be probably a big one. So be prepared.
Who is it? Announce it. Announce it now.
No, I'll tell you.
Do an exclusive.
I'll
Do an
tell you.
exclusive.
I'll tell you. Every had set up
Fine, this-
when I put them out, so when I put the
Because you
thumbnails out,
used to the-
I'll tell you.
you
I,
used
I
to
did
put them out.
used to, but then I like to give the people some like a wee surprise in that, so I'll tell you off the cuff. But yeah, we will see you back next Tuesday at well, I will see you back next Tuesday at 8:30.
I'll see
Yeah,
you on Sunday at 8 p.m.
and I'll see you on Sunday at 8 p.m. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy your weekend, and support the local talent at shows. Buy the merch because it helps towards them being able to do stuff and get to places. And yeah,